Working with SalesInbox. Zilker Travel uses SalesInbox to send emails. SalesInbox is activated once you configure your email with IMAP and you have the Enterprise Edition of Zoho CRM. You can see that I've configured my email with IMAP and the Enterprise Edition. I click on the SalesInbox tab. You can see the emails intelligently organized into columns according to how you've set up your CRM. For example, open deals, leads, contacts, and colleagues. Beside the column, you can see the Compose option along with views, labels, and settings. On the top left of the screen, you can switch to a single column view. On clicking this, you can see that SalesInbox now looks like a regular email inbox. However, you see a drop-down menu that consists of different categories: leads, contacts, deals, and so on. I'll click on an email from John Smith. He says he's interested in signing up for the Singapore-Malaysia tour package. As we read the email, on the right side of the screen, we can see a panel with the CRM information. Under the Info column, you can see all of the information in the CRM. You can make changes here and they'll be reflected in the CRM account. Let's add a note, interested in the Singapore-Malaysia package. This information will be updated on the CRM page as well. In the conversation section, you can see all the interactions that you've had with John Smith. We can see our old email exchanges with John. Timeline has a chronological log of all the operations that have been performed on a record. Here we can see John Smith's record with all the operations performed. Now let's reply to the email from John Smith. We can say that we're interested in having him travel with us and ask him to let us know what his travel budget would be. Let's set a response watch while sending this email. We have to follow up with John if he does not get back to us within the next 2 days. You can even add attachments to the email if you have any. I don't have any attachments as of now. I'll click Send, and the email will now be delivered to John Smith. Notify me within 2 days if there is no response, follow up, and select Create. Our inbox is already organized by SalesInbox. However, you can further manage and organize your important emails with the help of folders, filters, and labels. With folders, you can group similar emails all together. I want to create a folder for all emails related to the Singapore-Malaysia trip. I'll click on the plus icon and name the folder Singapore, Malaysia. I add all emails related to it into the folder. You can also create a subfolder, which is a folder within a folder, to organize your emails even further. You can also see other folders here: Closing this month and important contacts. I can add the folder that I'm creating to be with a subfolder in important contacts. Here we can see an option called Add New Filter. A filter will help you sort emails according to a specific criteria. The benefit of filters in SalesInbox is that you can organize emails not just with email context, but also with sales context. Let's click on that. We'll have to configure email criteria. You can configure multiple criteria and actions, such as moving the emails to a specific folder, assigning a label, marking them as read, or assigning a task. You can also create a reminder to stop processing other filters. Let us create a folder for Zilker Travels for emails that have a price quote attachment in them from our leads and mark them as ongoing deal. If Zilker Travels receives a reply within 12 hours, they can choose to follow up with the lead. I'll click on the email setting option and select Filter. We can see a window for creating a filter. Let's give our filter a name, Trip Quote. Add a description for other users to understand. I'm going to enter organize emails that contain price quotes and ensure follow-up. Under the criteria section, we can see mail criteria with a dropdown with options such as sender, to and CC, subject, has attachment, and attachment name. Let's select attachment name. In the next dropdown, we can see more options like equals, does not equal, contains, does not contain, and so on. I'll select contains and enter price quote in the blanks. There's a plus sign indicating that I can add more than one criteria. Zilker Travels sends price quote documents in emails as attachments. So I'm pretty sure that the emails will contain attachments, and I'll configure this email criteria as such. Entity criteria specifies who the email is received from: leads, contacts, or deals. Zilker Travels sends price quotes to new customers, so I'll select leads. We can see the criteria displayed in the dropdown. Select trip status from the list of fields, and in the next dropdown select is, then select interested. Your entity criteria is now configured. Now let's set up actions. We can see a list of action items. Move to a folder. Let us create a folder for Zilker Travels for emails that have a price quote attachment in them from our leads and mark them as ongoing deal. And there's a checkbox to stop processing other filters if you want only the filter in question to be active. Let's assign a label called, quote. We're going to go ahead and set up a reminder to follow up with customers if there's no reply in the next 12 hours. Let's select Notify Me if there is no reply sent within, and then enter 12. Select Hours from the dropdown. Then click on Save to save the filter. Our trip quote filter will begin working as soon as we get emails from our leads. Let's go back to our sales inbox. We can see a section called Views. You'll only see this if you have enabled Email Insights in Zoho CRM. With the help of Email Insights in Zoho CRM, Sales Inbox displays emails based on parameters such as email opens and responses. So at a single glance, you can see all the emails that have not been read by selecting Unread, not opened by your customer by selecting Unopened, emails that have been opened but not responded to by clicking Not Responded, emails with positive and negative sentiment, and all messages. The next section is Labels. You can see a list of all of your labels with the color associated with each label on the side. Clicking the plus symbol lets you create a new label and associate a color with it. As you read your emails, you can add labels to them. All of your email-related reminders will be visible in the Reminders section. You can view all email-related operations in detail in the Email Settings section. Here you can create folders, filters, and tasks, and compose emails. Let's look at the Compose section in detail. Here you can choose to customize the font size and font type of an email. Also, you can choose to either send an email immediately to a recipient or delay it for a predefined period of time. When delay settings are enabled, emails are stored in the Scheduled folder under the specified time. During this time, you can edit the email. Let's get back to the Sales Inbox page. Under the Not in CRM section, we can see an email from Steve Johnson. Reading the email, we can see that he's interested in using Zilker Travels as his travel agent. Let's go ahead and add him as a lead with just a single click. In the right panel, we can see an option to add Steve Johnson as a lead or a contact. Let's click on Lead. We can see a pop-up asking for company name. First name, last name, and email address are all auto-populated. Click on Save, and your lead is created in the CRM as well. When we right-click on a particular email, we can see various options. Mark as unread, click Archive to prevent important emails from getting deleted accidentally, move to an existing folder, apply an existing label, mark as spam, move to trash, or convert them into a colleague, lead, contact, or a deal. This is a shortcut option to perform all these operations. When you hover over a particular email, you can see the inbox symbol and a delete symbol. When you click on the inbox symbol, your email is marked as unread. If you click on the delete symbol, the email is immediately deleted. Next to the category of the emails, we can see a small icon, and on clicking it, we can select emails under the section manually. You can use this to perform a mass operation. Emails in the Not in CRM stream can be dragged and dropped to another section of your choice. Let's drag Donna Baker from Not in CRM and drop it under the Deals section. In order to create a deal with Donna, you must add her as a contact and then create a deal with her. Click on Save. Sometimes emails from colleagues will not be listed under the colleague stream. Instead, they'll be under the Not in CRM stream. This could be due to the following reasons. Reason number 1, the private domain of the incoming email address is not the same as your email address. For example, if our colleague does not have a Zilker domain in their email address, in this case, emails will appear in the Not in CRM stream. You can convert that sender into a colleague by dragging and dropping the email into the colleague's stream. And reason number 2, if they have a public domain like Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, etc., they won't be converted into colleagues. You can automate adding senders of emails as leads and contacts in the CRM. All you need to do is create a workflow rule. Zilker Travels wants to automatically add any customers who inquire or express interest in joining the group trips by customers via emails. Let's click on the Home tab to get to the CRM. Under Settings, click on Workflow Rules. I'm going to enter Interest to join trips as the rule name and select Emails as the module. Let us now configure the criteria for the rule. Apply this rule to emails matching any or all of these conditions, and I'm going to select Any. In the pop-up box, I'll select Subject contains inquiry. I'm going to go ahead and click on the plus icon and add another condition. Here I'll select Subject contains interested. The purpose of these conditions is to capture emails that have these specific words in their subjects. I'll click Done. Now we'll have to add a set of actions to execute when the criteria is fulfilled. Our action will be to create a record, whether to create a lead or a contact. I'll select Leads and assign these leads to me. I can configure another action, which is to create a task. I'm going to choose a pre-configured task in CRM, which is to follow up with the lead. Once I associate it with the rule, I'll go ahead and click Save. You can now see the Sales Inbox rule as active in the list of workflow rules.